Welcome back to Severed Sons, everyone. We are a Frostmaiden actual play D&D podcast, and we are excited to bring you tales of the Frozen North and the everlasting Rime. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey everybody, my name is Paul, and I'm playing Donaar Dracodonian, the Dragonborn Monk Chef.
Hey there, I'm Ross, playing Fang, the Shifter Twilight Cleric.
Hey guys, it's Blake playing Kai, the Burnt Hands Shinobi.
Ooh.
What's up? I'm Josh. I am playing Zemu, the Turtle Fighter.
Hey, it's Zach. I'm playing Trax, the Kobold Artificer.
What? What's that you said? What did you say?
I don't know why. I used to have so much trouble saying Artificer. Is it Artificer?
It feels like it's always going to be
artisanal.
Artificer?
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Hey. I am excited to go to episode 16.
Woo.
We are 16 episodes into this. This is amazing.
Yeah, we can drive. We can get our driver's license.
Don't forget to leave us reviews. Let us know on Twitter what you think of the show. Yeah. If you listen to the talk after the episode, Blake gives a beer review every time, which is awesome. We actually got liked by the what was it, Blake? The
Prairie Artisan Ales out of I think they're out of Oklahoma. Maybe I'm wrong.
That is cool.
Yeah, so
they're great,
like your
attention. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, they liked your tweet. So We love interacting with our listeners. Thank you for listening to us. We have this listener who's been listening. She is caught up to episode 11 is where we're currently have released. And she has been doing fan art.
Yes.
Some amazing fan art.
Yeah. So good.
Show.
It's amazing.
And that one of Kai with the knife and the mage hand. And how she...
was awesome.
Oh, it was amazing. Her name's Jess, and we've been retweeting her art on our Twitter page, Severed Sons D&D. Check it out. We'll repost it when this episode rolls around again.
And shoot us more fan art. If you want to draw us,
we would love to see fan art.
So cool. We'll share your work, but that's the biggest compliment ever. That's really exciting.
Yeah, I feel it's really, really, it's like to see our stories come to life like that. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thanks, Jess.
It's so cool.
Thank you.
If everyone is ready, let's begin tonight's episode of Severed Sons, episode 16, Temptation and Escalation.
Dun, dun.
Last time, a horde of spore-infested Tin-Towners swarmed through the gate, led by two enlarged Duergar. Working together as a team, you destroyed the spore servants and defeated the two Duergar leading them. Squeezing through the frozen grate that Zemu had cracked open, you followed the icy stream and found an open shaft leading up to a stone well that sat in the middle of the bailey. You explored the fortress, finding Caer Konig's stolen cows and goats. Kai and Trax riding on your shoulders. As you explored, metal spikes burst from the walls, blocking the passageway you were in. Kai, you managed to jump free of the trap, but Trax, the spikes impaled you and held you fast. Donaar and Trax, you broke the spikes that were pinning the kobold, freeing him. The leader of the Duergar, Nildar's Sunblight, became visible, along with his soldiers performing a sneak attack on Trax, knocking him unconscious. The Duergar fought viciously, aiming to kill all of you, but as you started to get the upper hand, Nildar escaped back into the shadows. After defeating the remaining Duergar, you followed Nildar into the back chamber and captured him alive. Interrogating him, you discovered that his father and his brethren were plotting to destroy all of Tin Towns, claiming that your doom soars on dragon's wings. You also found several shiny black rocks on his desk that looked like the same material that the cultist pendants were made from. You returned to Caer Konig, and Trovis took Nildar into custody, locking him in the town jail. After resting, you traveled to Easthaven, where you witnessed the execution of a man dressed in wizard's robes as he was being burned at the stake. So the flames are licking up over the body of the mage, and the screams are starting to die down. There is a well-dressed black woman wearing a tailored coat and a fur hat, like a little Russian hat, round. She looks at you all and says, "My name is Imdra Argalath, and I am captain of Easthaven. I've heard word of an adventuring group 5 strong. Been doing a lot of good in Icewind Dale.
I guess that's us. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you.
That wouldn't happen to be a wizard you're currently barbecuing, right?
Not only a wizard, he was a red wizard of Thay. He had the tattoos and everything. He was quite evil. He murdered several citizens of East Haven and a few adventurers that were trying to stop him. So we captured him, and to set an example, we executed him.
Well.
Yeah, that's the whole reason we came here. We were looking for this guy. I'm glad you got him.
She kind of looks at you and looking you up and down. And she says, "What business did you have with this murderer?"
Well, you said yourself we've been doing good stuff around the 10 towns. We heard this guy was killing people in East Haven and came to fix it.
Interesting. So where are you all from?
All over, really.
Around.
It's hard to pin it down.
It is not so much where we are from, so much as where we are headed. And we are trying to head in the direction of the salvation of Icewind Dale.
You need to put a stop to the Rime, don't you?
That
I
we do.
freaking guess.
While we're here, I suppose.
Yeah, I gotta pick up some groceries, but we can do that too.
We did hear that the wizard here might have something to do with that, though.
With the Rime?
Did you happen to get any of his things?
I believe we have his belongings locked up inside of the town hall.
Think if you don't mind, we'd need to take a look at those.
He didn't have much. He had a spell book. He had a few belongings. No magical items. Strange. Usually, red wizards walk around with magic items dripping off of their bodies. They just
And that's what worries me. If he doesn't have those, he's obviously supplying them to someone else.
You think there's others?
Could be.
I would wager, yes. So what? Why was he killing townsfolk? What was he doing?
He wouldn't speak. To be honest, tortured him to find out, but he never spoke.
Oh, well, that's impressive. Where was he taking residence in town?
He was staying at the Lady Inn, but that's the most popular tavern in town. It's very crowded all the time. There's also the Wet Trout. I think he may have gone there a few times. We asked around, tried to spread word, but we're just not able to find much information about him. We couldn't even find his name.
Yeah, I think if we check out his belongings, we might be able to trace him. If you could give us some clearance to take a look at that.
She thinks for a second and is like, I tell you what, I have some business that needs taken care of. If you can take care of that business, perhaps I can let you have a look at it.
Now, that happens freaking all the time. We've almost died so much because someone's like, "Oh yeah, here's my to-do list."
Gentlemen, we are in the business of helping the 10 towns.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't want to get like hit with a sword ever again, you know? But I'll do it.
Well, it's probably going to happen. What do you need us to do?
She says, a few days ago, 4 fishers went missing on Lac Dinishir about a 10-day ago, almost a 10-day ago. The coastline is hard to sail along because the ice flows. If you can score a haul there, it's worth a lot of money. And especially, and she kind of looks at you and says, the food resources are starting to dry up. We only maybe have a total of 2 or 3 months of food left. And it's getting kind of scary. We haven't tried to keep it on the down low, but this is it's not good. We need someone to sail, to scout the coastline and search for them. They had a boat called Bunch o' Knuckleheads was the name of their boat.
That's terrible.
She rolls her eyes. Fishermen just don't have the best pun.
I think it's a rule.
I think that's kind of the point, yeah.
They called it that because of the trout, you see.
No, we got the pun. Yes, no, we're all up on the pun. It's just awful. I hate it.
Well, I like it.
You would.
She says, problem is that a lot of fishermen, they go out on the lake and it's cold, so they drink. But because how dangerous it is if they get too drunk.
See, this does nothing but constrict the blood vessels. It's quite the opposite effect that people want it to be. It's a common mistake.
This is why drinking has negative effects.
Look, I feel like
should
everyone's
start
looking at
smoking
me.
the dank with me. No, you say your thing. I was just talking about smoking.
She looks at you, Donaar, and says, the dank?
Oh, well, they call me the deputy. They've started doing that recently, and I believe you could call me the deputy of dank because I occasionally partake in the substance. which I do not know if it is legal in your city, and if it is not, I don't know what you're talking about.
There are no laws against it. She smiles at you.
Oh, did you smoke down? You want to smoke down?
It's been a while. Maybe after business is concluded.
Yeah, I got you. I'll be your dank deputy.
I have plenty of deputies, thank you, but...
Well, you don't have any dank dragonborn deputy Donars. So as Speaker Trovis from the last town we visited, the name of which I remember, but I'm not going to say Karakonig. Thank you.
I hope someone chimes in. I hope someone chimes in with that. That's a bad Donaar. I'm sorry.
That was Australian.
Donaar was almost Australian, but I didn't want to commit to that.
Smoking the dank down under.
That's tough. I'm just saying that Trovis trusted me, and you can as well.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh yeah.
With a comment like that.
That's a 16.
Oh yeah, she's kind of nodding along. She's like, okay, I've heard the stories I've heard about your group. Do you have a name for your adventuring company? Donaar. Okay.
Have we come up with a team name?
I don't think we do.
Let's all say it at the same time. What we think it is. 1, 2, 3.
Russet!
I heard 2 russets, one of them was me. We are the russet potatoes of 10 towns, and we are looking to get roasted. We can do that later, though. You can roast with us if you want.
Can
I give the russet potatoes?
I don't know if I can abide that.
Can I give Paul inspiration for that?
Paul, you get inspiration for that.
Yeah, that's my first inspiration of the campaign. Thank you.
Russet.
She says, laughing along with you, because you're being friendly, and she really appreciates that.
As this guy burns at the stake.
Exactly.
Just cracking up
in the foreground, just a
She's
dude.
walked all of you away from the...
This is so painful. I'm dying.
She says, Imdra says, we have available for your use. You can take 2 rowboats that'll hold 4 medium creatures, or you can take a single-masted skiff if any of you know how to sail.
I feel like Trax would know how to sail. I don't know if that's up to you.
Technically, you have to have proficiency in sailing vessels.
Oh, then no, I don't know. No.
So no, you might have some history of it.
Maybe you just got drunk on a sailboat once.
Is there any ship captains? Any ship captains in the area that might be able to go out with us?
Well, these are small. You might be able to find someone down at the Wet Trout.
Huh.
Also, Skythan, who used to run the ferry until it froze, is down at the Wet Trout. He might know someone who can help you out.
Guess we'll go talk to Captain Skythan.
She says, so for payment for doing this for us, we have a couple of magic items. One is a spell scroll of fireball, and the other is a bag of tricks, and you can have one or the other.
Yeah, what's a bag of tricks? Is it the cereal?
Apparently, you can reach into it and randomly pull out random things.
I will heavily vie. Donaar's going to turn to the group. I will heavily vie in favor of the bag of tricks because that sounds funny. It's like, oh, it's a deer that I just pulled out.
I mean, I would actually pay to see you pull random stuff out of a bag, so I'm...
Dude, it sounds like with
we're
this,
putting the horse before the cart here.
But Trax, you'd have to find your wallet first. So maybe we should.
I think that we should save 4 lives before we think about our rewards today. We will do our best to recover your townspeople. Do you have any indication of which direction that they went or where they were last seen? And perhaps if they have any friends in the area that we can talk to.
All the fishermen of the area kind of know each other. If you go down to Wet Trout, you might be able to find quite a few of them.
Wet Trout, yes.
They probably traveled east along the shoreline.
All right, let's get it done.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Imdra.
You can find me at the town hall. I'll be seeing you there, and best of luck.
We hope to bring you good news.
And with a swirl of her coat, she walks away.
Well, should we start off there?
The
lady?
Where? Yeah, sure.
Actually, I might make a side trip. I'll meet you all there.
I'll go with you, Trax. Because the last time I left
think
you
maybe
alone,
I should do this one by myself.
Yeah, let's do it by ourselves. I think you're totally right. I think,
all right, fine. Come with me.
Very wise, Donaar.
Thank you, Zemu.
Fang holds out his palm to Trax, kind of just open, kind of like a low 5 situation. And he says, "Hit me."
All right. And I'll jump up and smack his hand.
And that gives you a vigilant blessing. You have advantage on your next initiative roll.
I feel very alert. Thank you.
And he gives you a wink and his fangs shine and doesn't say anything.
So
Fang always shines.
Trax and Donaar take off. What do the rest of you do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a little trip too.
Yeah, well, Fang looks at Kai and says, personally, it is my top priority to get you fixed up as soon as possible. I assume that is where you are heading. Would you like company?
No, this is a separate thing, but you want to help me get that book. I'll be back in a sec.
Fang gives him a salute as he goes off and turns to Zemu and says, I guess it is you and me. I'm looking forward to this.
How private do we want to do all of this stuff?
Well,
I think Kai wants to be private.
Yeah.
Can I have Fang and Zemu? Everybody kind of takes off, goes different directions. You take off along the main road going into town. You're at the intersection south of the Lady Inn, and you look to your right, and you see a building. It's a white building. It looks very well maintained, and the smell of cooking comes out of the windows, the open windows, which is weird in this weather. But you smell baked bread, potatoes cooking, and just the most delicate smells of food coming through. And you look at the top of the building, and it says, Academy of the Culinary Arts.
We must tell Donaar this is here.
100%. I'm surprised that in our travels, and especially at the cooking contest, that no one pointed us in the direction of this place. I think that he will be very pleased.
Perhaps we should sample their menu to see if it is worth Donaar's attention for research, of course.
Fang gives him a big toothy smile, and he says, yes, Zemu, this would give me great pleasure. Let us go sample. And we'll head that direction.
Okay, you go inside. There is a large kind of dining room. There aren't that many people here. There are a few people who are giving out like you smell the cooking, everything happening in a classroom in the back. But you see people coming out and giving samples to people who are looking around. And in the lobby is a cooking museum, and there's like all these cookbooks everywhere. And off to one side, the thing that really like perks your interest, there is this pillow on top of this table, this red satin pillow, and on top of the pillow is this frying pan. This is the most beautiful frying pan, perfectly seasoned, like cast iron, and it's just resting on top. And there's a sign behind it that says, he who can lift this frying pan is truly the master chef. And you see this little kid who's got his hands on it, and he's like pulling on it and trying to lift it up. And his brother comes over and tries to lift it up in the air, and they are not able to budge it an inch.
Go on, Fang. I know you want to.
You think that I have it in me, Zemu? You think that I could be the master chef, so to speak? You've never tasted my cooking.
This is true.
But he gives him a wink, and he's gonna. I'll walk up to the frying pan.
The kids kind of like rumble off. They're like, "Oh, it's rigged. There's got to be something underneath there. Hold that down." Or something.
Fang will give a into one hand, rub them together, and dig in and try to pull it off the pillow.
It will not budge. It's completely stuck down.
Go on, Fang. Try harder.
Fang, he digs in. He tries harder. You see the veins pop out of his neck, and he gives like a. And towards the end of it, he just starts like. He starts laughing. He's like having fun. He like exhausts himself, and he's just laughing. Turns around to Zemu, gives him a big, clumsy shrug, and says, "You know, I did not think for a moment that was going to budge. Would you like to try it, Zemu?"
Is anybody watching?
There's a few people. You got here You arrived. It's like the afternoon, middle of the afternoon, and there's not very many people in here. You hear a crowd in the back in the kitchen classroom, but you do not. There's not very many people here. So there's like I think the kids are over there by the front door watching.
As putting on his old man kind of persona, he'll hobble over with his staff to the frying pan and sort of weakly pull at it, kind of trying to get people to not watch. And then if they look away, he's gonna like full Zemu strength try to lift it.
It will not budge an inch.
Interesting.
Have you worked up an appetite, Zemu?
I always have an appetite.
That's my secret.
But yes, this frying pan speaks to me.
Fang will scan the room for some samples.
Basically what's happening is that the teacher assistants come out with the samples that the students have been cooking. So, and there's different things. They're currently on pastries. So there's a lot of bready kind of things like muffins and all sorts of bread products, and they're just going around a big plate and like handing them out. And they come by you and you take one, and it's really, really good. The portions that they've cut are quite small though. These are not like you can't come in here and get full.
Sure.
But it tastes quite good. It's like nothing you've ever tasted before.
With a full mouth, Fang says, "We surely have to bring Donaar here, because this is delicious."
Imagine if we bring Donaar and Trax lifts the frying pan. Could you
do not
imagine?
Manifest this, Zemu. This would bring utter chaos to the dynamic of the group. We will see what fate has in store, if any of us can lift this frying pan.
Perhaps we do not tell Trax.
And let's go to Trax and Donaar.
All right, so
you head off in another direction, and where would you like to go?
Yeah, dude, wherever you want to go. I just we've left you before, and I know you like to keep your secrets, but I don't want to be responsible for you getting murked, dude.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So Trax is going to use his background as a sage feature as the researcher.
Yes.
And I'm going to find somewhere in town that can give me some answers on a couple different things.
Okay. Make an investigation roll at advantage, and this is just to see the quality of sage that you're able to find.
First one's a 16. Second one is a dirty 20.
After about an hour asking around, you find in the south part of town this little shack. It doesn't look like much, but you were told that the ancient wizened man that lives within knows a lot of things and could probably help you out.
Donaar, I think I'm fine if I go in by myself. It looks a little cramped. It's a shack. Will you maybe keep guard?
Yeah, I'll keep guard. But if I hear some shit going down, I'm gonna come in and help you if this old dude is gonna punch you in the face.
All right. Well, if he punches me in the face, I'll yell Donaar, and that's the code. You come in.
That's my name. I know that. That's good. Okay.
Good to go. All right. And
Donaar's gonna draw his great club and stand.
You got it, buddy.
Okay, Donaar, make a perception check before I get you to go off headset.
Oh, rolled well. That's a 17.
Okay. Trax. You go up onto the door, and you see that there are furs that have been nailed to the front of the door, and they're furs over the window. There's actually no glass, no curtains. You can't even see past the furs into inside, but there's just a wooden frame. Looks like the house, if it hadn't been frozen, the snow hadn't have been completely covered it in frost and rime, it might have fallen apart years ago.
Hello? May I enter this domicile?
Yeah, come in.
Oh, great. Sounds fantastic. Yeah, coming in.
You walk in, And inside, you see sitting there at a table, and he's got a knife, and he's picking something out of his teeth. Is this Goliath. Wrinkles, but like full tattoos on his face and arms. He looks like he used to be very muscular, very strong, but age has weakened him. You see a giant battle axe that's over the fireplace, which is burning, and the walls are covered in furs. And he's just sitting there, like picking his teeth. There's an empty plate on this table that has crumbs on it.
I'm sorry. People pointed me in this direction to find the wisest and most knowledgeable sage in town. Am I?
That's me. Correct? Yeah, come in. Yeah. Close the door. It's cold in here.
Okay. I will let the flap fall back. Hello. I'm sorry. I did not expect a Goliath. I thought you were. I didn't think they lived that long, honestly, because you like to fight. And is that?
I was good at it. My name is Garigno.
Hello, Garigno. My name is Trax. I seek some information. I hope you'll be able to help me.
Well, what are you looking for?
Well, Garigno, first of all, can you read this? And I'll take the little note out of the bag.
Remind me what the note is. This is the
one that was on I forget in the Duergar stronghold. So I'll show him that and say, I'm looking for information on both this charlatan and I'm going to throw the burlap sack of the ore down. And can you please identify this?
He looks at it and says, keep that covered. That's evil stuff right there.
What does it do?
I know that it is desecrated. I know that just by looking at it, I know a little bit of its history.
What should we do with it?
He thinks for a second. It is called charlatan. You can find pieces of this material all across the valley. The problem is that a very long time ago, there was a demon that commanded an army. During that time, there was a mighty battle. There was stories of a huge explosion. For years after, people could find this charlatan all across the valley. Some people collected it, made weapons out of it. It's very malleable. As the years went along, collectors got up most of the ore that was easily found. It's disappeared into hands of other people. It's very rare now. This was a century ago. It has the air of ancient magic about it. Legendary magic.
So we don't want this to fall into the wrong hands, is what you're saying?
Perhaps. However, determining who the right hands are, that's your real question.
I think I have the solution for that. Thank you. One more thing before I go. This is difficult to ask. My body is rejecting me. I need...
have you seen a cleric?
A cleric is not going to be able to help me. I need to know what I can do to slow it down so I don't die.
I think you need to tell me more. What caused this? You're not telling me everything.
And he looks back the door, make sure Donaar's not looking in.
Make a, what would this be? Let's say it quietly enough. And he rolled a 17 on his perception.
So what I need to roll?
Make a stealth roll,
okay.
But make it a stealth roll, but use your charisma.
Okay.
Modifier.
Oh, okay. So I'll just do a charisma roll because it's 0. It's a 5.
Donaar, put your headset on. I just need Donaar.
Just Donaar.
Just Donaar. Donaar.
Yeah.
You hear some muttering, like this old man voice coming from within, and Trax muttering something, and you can't quite hear it. However, the next bit of information you do hear. So Trax, continue.
Okay.
About a year ago, someone stole my body. I'm not sure how to get it back, but I think finding him and finding the artifact is the key to this. But until then, I need to find a way to survive.
He thinks for a moment and says, Clerical magic will not help you with this, especially if it is did a magic item do this curse to you?
Yes, some artifact we found in some archaeological dig. I wasn't even sure of what the runes were on it meant.
Did you switch bodies with someone? Is this...
Yes.
Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Okay, Trax, you hear Donaar say that outside.
He's going to try to whisper it, but it's very difficult.
Donaar!
Oh, yeah.
Come in here.
Bechamel, what? Yeah, russet potatoes. Donaar's going to enter.
It's actually a fur covered. It's like just a
The fur
furs
makes
hanging
noise.
down into the door, so you just kind of push the furs to the side.
Oh,
and come
wow.
in.
Yeah. Hey, Trax. Yeah, my friend. Yeah, hey, it's a good day to be alive.
Donaar, how much did you just hear?
It wasn't a ton. Someone stole your body. But yeah, we don't have to really.
Fuck.
But I heard an archaeological dig, and
So you heard
artifact.
everything. Yes. Okay.
He says, Garigno says, do you know if this other person is in Icewind Dale?
At the last town, they said that he had been spotted in the tavern about a month ago, feeling the same symptoms that I was.
The picture of the elf dude that you've been showing
Yes,
everybody.
the picture of the elf dude. That's me.
You know what? There was a part of me that thought so. There's a part of me that thought so.
Well, I'm not. It slips sometimes. I'm not very good at this.
So you're not a. He's gonna look around and he's gonna whisper, "You're not a kobold."
No, my name isn't Trax. It's Farron. But you can't tell that to anyone. You cannot. This secret stays in the shack.
Donaar is going to take a deep breath and he's going to stand back up, puff out his chest, and grab his deputy star and say, "You may deputize me to keep this secret for you. Some secrets I'm shit at, but I understand now that this could cause some problems for you if it gets out.
Look,
So I won't say a word."
Yes, thank you. I trust you. But if the wrong people find out, it could mean danger for me. I am on the run.
Yeah, that's like the halfling disguise that you have, and that's
Yes.
it's all coming together.
Yes,
I understand.
Yes, this form is very wanted by a certain gang. But they have agents here. In fact, I should be using the disguise. Why have I stopped? I've gotten too lax.
Dude, I'll remind you. We could have like a code word.
All right, yes.
Some food that I could just slip into the conversation, like spinach or something.
Spinach,
I don't
fine.
like to cook too much.
I'll take spinach.
Yeah, we'll do spinach. And Donaar's going to turn to the other guy in the room and say, "Hi, I'm Donaar. This is a lot."
Garigno has closed his eyes and is snoring currently.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems right.
Garen,
All right, dude, I'll keep this secret.
Yeah.
is there anything to add? Do you have anything for me?
Tell me about this artifact that caused this situation.
It was a small, what appeared to be a mechanical box. The original owner of this body, we got into a scuffle over it and activated the box somehow. And when I awoke, I was in his form and he in mine, and he overpowered me and tossed me to his old gang in order to pay off his own debts.
And what are the symptoms of sickness you have been feeling that your body is rejecting you?
Well,
Oh, dude, you okay? You sick?
right now it's only coughing up blood and the occasional fatigue, but I'm coughing blood up more and more.
Oh no, that's what. Dude, I'll freaking carry you everywhere. I thought it was just because you're so short. No offense, but it's not your body,
Nah, it's
so we
fine.
can insult it. I
I mean, honestly, fuck this body. That's why I drink so
you
much.
got those shitty little legs.
I'm gonna destroy his liver by the time he gets this
Dude.
body back. That's my plan.
I'll carry you though, because it's got to be hard.
It is hard though. Yes, I hate this body. Anyway, I'm afraid that it's getting worse.
He thinks for a moment and says, normally I would have you visit an herbalist. However, in this frozen wasteland that's been nigh on 2 years now, not much is growing. Can you leave the valley?
At some point, yes.
There's an herbalist in Dugan's Hole. What's so funny?
Nothing.
Oh,
nothing.
no,
It's
nothing.
a joke
No,
between Donaar and I. It's something unrelated to the name of the town.
Yeah, totally unrelated.
There is a half-orc woman there named Fila.
Fila.
She is an herbalist. She might have enough stores left over from trying to heal that populace of Dogen's Hole from there.
Couldn't even say
Sorry, I
it.
can't even say it. I can't even say it.
Funny. No, this dude knows. He knows
You know.
it's funny.
Garen, you know it's ridiculous.
It is a ridiculous name. However, Dugan's Hole, and he
Yeah.
goes into he actually starts telling the history of Dugan's Hole,
Mm.
and he's like, then he kind of like trails off for a second. He says, well, find Fila. She might be able to make you a tincture that will help you stay healthy enough to find your double.
Thank you, Garen. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry I misjudged you. From my experience, Goliaths are only oafs that care about competition.
I competed a lot in my younger days and won every single time.
I believe you. And I'll hand him a couple gold.
Next meal's on you then.
It is indeed.
We'll see yourselves out. I'm going to take a nap.
Yes,
You
enjoy.
notice it's really cold in here. It's never gotten warm at all. He has a fire going for food, but it's just like the wind, the fur covered on the windows are not keeping any of the cold out.
Dude, you need a door. Have you heard of doors? They're great. You're going to love them.
I like it a bit chilly.
All right. Oh, Goliaths. I get it.
Well, Donaar, shall we be on our way?
Yeah, let's go back to the group
And
and
he's-
not ever talk about it.
He's going to leap up and grab Donaar by his cuff and say, "If you tell anyone about this, I will shoot you.
I believe you, dude.
I will do
Dude.
it."
No, here's the thing. I'm going to say this. We all got secrets, right? So if somehow you learned mine, I wouldn't want you to spread it.
Do you have a secret
So I-
that you want to tell me?
I don't have a secret that I want to tell you, but maybe we could have another code word if my secret ever comes up and I don't want.
How about
anybody
kale?
else. Kale is good.
All right, cool. Spinach and
Kale
kale.
can be
All right.
good, actually. Yeah. So I got to never make anything with kale in it. Oh, it's gonna suck.
And with that, we'll go over to Kai. So Kai, you head off in a different direction from everyone else. You see Fang and Zemu head into a white building where you can smell cooking happening, but you've got your mind on other things. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna walk through some of like where I assume the shops are and stuff in this, and kind of branch off from there. And I want to keep an eye out for any thieves' cant.
Make an investigation roll.
Okay, investigation is 24.
Nice. You do find a alleyway, and there is a little swirl at the top of the buildings on either side of it, and it's a dead-end alleyway. You see it kind of goes back and kind of turns. It goes back about 50 feet and ends in a wooden fence, but that's all. You don't see anyone down there.
I'm gonna go walk down there and check it out.
Okay. At the end of the alleyway is a cellar on the right-hand building, and the cellar, just like one of those like storm cellars, with like the door that's in the ground at kind of an angle, and there's the same swirl.
Then I'm gonna give it a little knock.
Click.
I'm gonna open it up and walk in.
There's a man holding a dagger, and he's at the bottom of, there's like a short flight of stairs into like the dirt cellar, and you see some flames back in the back. It's a little bit warm down here, but he's holding a dagger, and the dagger has this green substance, like slime, like it's been freshly applied to this dagger. And he's like, "What do you want?"
I'm gonna pull back my jacket and my undershirt to show my tattoo, just for clearance. I'm gonna say, I need two things. One, I need you to tell me where I can get some invisible ink.
"Oh, I can help you with that. I've got some of that. We use it to pass messages here in East Haven."
Perfect. Two, I need to know everything you can tell me about that wizard out there.
"I know his name was Dazan. Red Wizard of Thay, but he tried to hide who he was when he came into the town and wasn't very successful. Some of the adventuring company that he double-crossed recognized his gait as he was walking along and attacked him, and he murdered them. I'm not sure why he was in town. It was a good distraction for us to do other things while we were here, while he was here. But what else do you need to know about him?
That's really it. Just what he was doing here, and I'm hoping I can get my hands on his things.
We know where his things are. They are locked up in the town hall, nice and tight. We don't dare go in there unless it's a special occasion, and we have spies for that.
Is there anything you want there?
Are you going to head in?
Well, here's the thing. I think we can help each other out. I've got a deal in place that would allow me to take a look at his stuff. You come in and snatch it. I'll get you anything else you want in there. Then we meet up later and you hand me over his things.
If he's got any of those shiny black rocks we have some dealings with some invisible folks around here.
Oh, God. We've killed a couple of those.
They are right bastards, aren't they?
They are.
If you happen to see any of those shiny black rocks, bring them to me and I can make quite a tidy profit.
You got it. What do you say, I bring you back the rocks, you give me some of that invisible ink?
You got it. Deal?
Deal. I will turn around and exit back out.
So just so you know, the tattoo, that flying snake tattoo, I'm not one of them.
Oh.
But that tattoo means something to us here in East Haven.
What's that?
We can trust you. You're on the same side.
Good. Good to know.
Bring me the rocks. I'll get you invisible ink.
You got it. And I'll walk out.
Okay. And you see him wiping the poison off the dagger. And you head to the... was it the wet trout or the white lady?
I think we were headed to the wet trout.
Let's get everybody and confirm where we were headed. You walk up to, and this is, if you see it, look on the map, it's right on the edge of the lake, frozen lake. And the white lady is a musty-looking 2-story building. Has a small tap room, and there's a lot of people kind of hanging out. The fishermen like to hang out before heading out onto the lake and go fish to do their thing. However, there is a halfling by the fireplace, and he is got a little bucket in front of him, and he's plucking his fiddle, and he's singing a song about the white lady. And apparently the white lady is a ghost. Her husband was a miser who kept treasure in a large locked iron chest. The chest never left his side. He would go sailing with it. He was out on the lake and his wife had died. He was a widower. Rumor has it that he saw his dead wife floating out in the lake, and the fright of it, he capsized his boat, and trying to save his precious chest, he drowned in Loch Dinishire. The chest was never recovered. And tales and sightings of the White Lady continue to happen until this very day. The halfling is just plucking on the violin, singing along the song, and he looks at all of you coming in. He's like, well met. Fancy a song?
Please.
Yeah, you just make them up.
not?
I can just make them up. I can tell you lots of stories.
That was
Why don't you make one up right now for us?
That was quite the dirge that you were just singing. I do have a question. Is that a true story?
It is a very true story. In fact, if you come talk to me here, I know it looks like you have business. You came in with quite a spring in your step. It looks like you've got business to take care of. But first, come find me afterwards, and I've got a story to tell.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
My name is Ronaldo.
Ronaldo?
Ronaldo the Bard.
Barnaldo.
Pleasure to meet you, Ronaldo.
Nice to meet you as well.
I'm sure we will cross paths sooner or later again.
Please, come back. I would definitely have a proposition for you.
If it's a favor that he wants, I'm going to be very upset.
Fang turns to the group and he says, well met. Have we all concluded our business?
Yeah, freaking good day. It's not even that cold.
Yes, we did.
You are wearing 2 coats.
I am wearing two, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes it permeates. That's a word I learned a long time ago.
By any chance, did anyone happen to pass a shop of armor or weaponry or anything of that sort? I'm looking. He looks down at his armor, his what's underneath his robes, and he says, "I'm looking for an upgrade. Looking for something a little heavier.
Something you might be newly proficient in."
Well, I'm thinking about dabbling in something heavier.
Kai, you passed several armor shops and weapon shops.
There was a couple back along that way.
Perfect. Before we leave East Haven, I would love to visit one of them. Of course, we have more pressing matters, and surely it can wait, but I just wanted to put that out there because we did. Zemu and I, though we had a great time, he starts nodding at Zemu in
Donaar, make a perception check.
A
kind
quite
of questionable fashion. He says,
delicious time.
That's
a delicious time.
15.
15.
Yeah.
Donaar, you see crumbs on Zemu's mouth, like on his lips.
Can I tell what kind of crumbs, like the texture?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
He would know too.
Good, yeah.
Hang on, is that
to investigation? So
is that Japanese style
It's
breadcrumbs?
that time.
that's that's a 6.
Okay. Actually, it's pretty easy. It looks like some sort of pastry.
Donaar's gonna sniff and say, "I smell the hint of laminated butter
I'm
and
sorry.
clotted cream." Zemu, did you perhaps partake in some sort of confectionery item?
Zemu's gonna look at Fang and say, "We have to tell him about the pan."
Yes, I do believe you are right.
The
Really-
pan
I think they're really
with a
serious.
capital P.
What pan are you speaking of?
You'll never believe this, Donaar. There was a restaurant down the way that had some sort of mystical frying pan that nobody could lift except one deemed worthy of being the master chef.
Wow, I feel like Zemu really struggled to get that information out to you for some reason.
Fang is like on the tip of his toes, like listening to Zemu tell it really slowly, and he's like, "Yes, and it is a school. It is an academy of the culinary arts, Donaar. They have a classroom in the back. They are constantly pushing out new smells, and we had the bread, the pastries. It was baking day, and I tell you, it was scrumptious.
And you should see the pan. The seasoning was just, well, perfect."
It is quite true that the pan could not be lifted. Both Zemu and I gave it our damnedest, so to speak, and it will not budge, Donaar. But he who can lift it is the master chef," said the sign. If my comment is correct.
Donaar's gonna look down at the floor and he's gonna say, "Homies, give it to me straight. Was it?" And he's gonna look up, "a cast iron pan?"
The best cast iron I have ever seen in all of my wandering.
Well, there's no way that I'm worthy. I never took formal training. I just learned in the kitchen of the monastery. Me? Donaar? Worthy?
Perhaps
the chosen one?
Perhaps that's what makes you worthy of such a cooking utensil. Perhaps the culinary students are too busy burying their noses in their books, while you were trained on the streets. You were trained on the fields of Icewind Dale. You were trained with your soul.
That's right. How many of them you think have butchered a Yeti?
No, none of them have ever butchered a Yeti.
Probably very few.
I think they only bake
Ronaldo-
bread.
Ronaldo will be right back. Donaar, we're doing this right now.
I think I'm coming along because I need an ending to this story.
All right, you're coming on.
Drax is just like, he's like pumped.
And maybe if you smoke down with the pan, they can get lifted too.
You know what? I bet they wash their cast iron.
Ronaldo takes a pipe out of his vest and says, "Smoke down."
Ronaldo is it, dude. He's just making up songs. But this sounds like we have more pressing matters. Something tells me we gotta save the fishermen before I try to lift a cast iron pan. But also, I really want to touch that cast iron pan.
How long could it take, really?
I mean, we go there 5 minutes in and out.
It's literally 2 blocks away. It's 7 houses down.
The fishermen have been missing at least a 10-day. What's another?
Look, if we are 5 minutes late to saving the fishermen, I will pay all of their families enough for the funeral costs. Don't worry.
He finds his wallet.
It's somewhere.
All right, Hermes. I think I must do this. Come with me, and I will try to lift a pan.
Oh, what the hell?
We are behind you 100%.
Well, right now you're in front of me.
It is this way. I will show you. Yes,
Oh.
I'm metaphorically behind you, but I am in front of you. Come with me. It is this way.
I'll be behind you. Not like that. And yeah, we can go.
So does everybody go to witness this event?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go take a nap. No, fuck that. I'm going to go see this.
Ronaldo's walking along. He's plucking the fiddle as he's whistling along with it. He sounds like he's kind of coming up, trying to like try out different melodies so that he can put this story to music.
Toss a coin to your Donaar.
On the way, Donaar is going to ask Ronaldo, could you make up a song about like any dish? Like I've been craving a light salad recently, like a Caesar salad or like a spinach salad. Could you make up a song about that?
Caesar salad.
Oh,
That was great.
Croutons. Yeah, he just comes up on the fly, and it's inspiring, and it gives you inspiration.
Oh, me or
Yeah.
everybody?
It gives you a D8 to add to any die roll in the next 10 minutes.
This is the best day of my life.
I'm not particularly inspired.
Boy, this
by
is
that.
going to
I've
be
heard better.
really funny if you can't get that thing up.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna suck. I'm never gonna want to cook again.
So you walk south away from the lake. There, 2 blocks away at the intersection, it's a white 2-story building, and the windows are cracked slightly, and just the most wonderful smells are coming out of it. It's actually a lot more crowded. It's getting later in the day, and there's the front of, you go inside, and the front is this culinary museum with cookbooks and pictures of recipes and framed handwritten recipes on the wall. And there's a lot of people just kind of wandering around. And it looks like they come in later in the day after the workday is done, and they're giving out free samples. Currently, they've moved on from pastries and are currently on chowders and like seafood.
It's like they're moving backwards, doesn't it, Zemu?
I will
and
take whatever I can get.
and you see a classroom in the back. However, in the corner, and you see a bunch of people kind of like gathered around this frying pan, and there's a sign that says, "He who lifts Tika's frying pan is the master chef." There's a lot of little kids who are trying it, and you hear a lot of the parents who are there close by muttering that there must be like magnets or something underneath. There's something holding it down, but it is the most beautiful frying pan you have ever seen. It has been seasoned, cleaned correctly.
Oh, man.
Not a speck of rust. It shines. It like literally shines.
They probably use that little chainmail sponge.
Yeah.
You know, the expensive one.
Yeah, the iron mesh.
Yes.
Donaar's going to look around for some type of some instructor or
There's a few
curator.
instructor assistants walking around with samples, and
So
they come
I
up to
guess-
you, and he's like, "Sample, please." Holding it out to
I'll
you.
take a sample, but he's so nervous.
It's a little like shot glass of clam chowder.
He's going to take that and just shoot it straight back. And he's going to say, "Fuck, that's good. I hear you seek the one who is worthy, but I don't know if I'm the answer."
You can always try, he says, laughing. We are training those who are worthy currently so that they might be able to lift the frying pan.
All right, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose.
Just
I'll try.
before you start, I just want to point out how weird this is. Okay, continue.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Fang
That's fine.
gives him a enthralled.
Sorry.
And there's about 20 or 30 people gathered around really close. And so you have to kind of like push your way to the front to get close to the frying pan. And there's a kid who's just like a teenager, actually. And he's just been like lifting it and can't even get it to budge at all.
I'm gonna tap the teenager on the soldier, the soldier on the shoulder, and say, "Pardon me, do you mind if I take a turn?"
Oh, I think I pulled something. He's kind of limps away.
Donaar's gonna silently step up and look back to his party and say, "I mean, the worst thing that could happen is that I don't lift the pan, right?"
That's it. Then we go drink and smoke the dank with our new friend Ronaldo, and he regales us with tales.
Ronaldo.
Yes.
Oh, he sings about his
Fang.
name. He's so cool.
Fang says, no matter what happens, Donaar, this does not make you any more or less worthy.
Yo, thank you, dude. Because I thought that it was all wrapped up in it, but I appreciate that.
You must think highly of yourself, Donaar, for the world takes you at your own estimate. You can do this.
Whoa. Thank you, Zemu. I will do this. He's reached the state of Zen. And he's going to approach the cast iron pan.
Okay.
And he's going to attempt to lift it with both hands.
Okay. You're kind of like psyching yourself up. You're looking at the pan. All outside distractions are gone.
Don't fuck it up.
Except one. One is
Thank you, Kai.
You start to reach for the pan. And then suddenly, out of the crowd, this man pushes through, holding a knife, and tries to stab you in the back. Roll initiative.
No, bastard! Oh no! What the fuck? That's so funny.
Ron, you're killing
You
me.
rat bastard dungeon master.
Me.
Sponsored by Liquid
Cast
Death.
iron balls.
Donaar, what'd you get?
I got a 9.
He rolled a 3.
Whoa! Okay.
So suddenly, something's coming up behind you. He's got a knife in his hand. What do you do?
I dodge out of the way.
As you're reaching for the cast iron pan?
No, I grabbed the pan. Of course I grabbed. That was a joke. Sponsored by Liquid Death.
It's so funny you'll die, right?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna still try to grab the pan, but
The pan
also
comes
aware.
right off the pillow, the satin pillow. And
Fuck!
and you just and attack.
I'm crying a little bit.
So Donaar, suddenly it just feels so light and perfectly weighted in your hand. And this man who looks a little bit familiar to you, he's skinny, half elf, middle-aged, skinny, black hair, scraggly, long beard. He's got the knife in his hand, and he's coming up trying to stab you, trying to backstab you. And you just take the frying pan and whack! It feels so good, like you could feel it drawing on your cooking powers. And you can use your charisma, your cooking ability, to add into your 2 hit and 2 damage for this weapon.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Do you want me to roll to hit?
Yeah,
or
this is that to roll to hit. Yes,
roll using my
charisma.
modifier.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. I'm going to use my inspiration on this.
Okay,
Dong him.
You know, actually, I'm going to use the bardic inspiration that I got since
the D8. Okay,
yeah. So that is going to be. Oh yeah, that's going to be 21 plus. That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Nice.
okay. You just whip around and you clock him across the head with that cast iron, and he just goes, phew, and you see his eyes cross, and you just phoom, down to the ground, out unconscious.
Donaar, that was incredible.
And everybody gasps and starts applauding. He is the
I-
one. He is the one. He
Donaar's
is the
stuttering.
master chef.
Yeah, but I did, because I did, and I did it. It wasn't hard. Are you sure? Did y'all set me up though? Because it was like just slightly lighter than a regular pan.
What's going on out there? You hear this fat man come out, and he says, "My name is Chef John Carleta."
Hello, Chef. Hello, Chef. I understand what's happening. My friend set me up for a prank. It's a nice setup, though, because he's going to hold up.
He looks at you, and he says, "That frying pan once belonged to Tika Whalen from the multiversal plane of Ansalon."
I don't even know what that means.
He says, "It somehow found its way to our city, to our shores. No one was able to carry it. It had to be dragged here."
Are you sure? Because it lifted up real easy for me.
And you're just kind of like flipping it around. It's so well balanced. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, this is great. It's like a good pan. Are you sure? And he's gonna hand to whoever the party member is to his right and be like, no, grab this. It's super easy.
Fang will reach out his left hand and grab the pan.
And just immediately goes down to the ground.
And Fang is doubled over with his hand still on the handle. And he says, "This is no joke, Donaar.
I am the 117th winner of the Michon 5-star award. I have never seen anyone worthy of picking up that pan. You, sir, I am not worthy to study under you. And he's like crying. And he says,
Chef.
You have such a career ahead of you.
Thank you, Chef."
And he takes off his chef's hat and hands it to you.
Yo. Donaar is going to take the chef's hat and put it on top of his head, covering the man bun-like growth that he has that I've never talked about on the podcast. And he's going to take his purple shutter shades out of his pocket and put them on his face because he's spent them the last couple of days without them on. And he's going to say, "You may now call me Deputy Chef."
And you hear Ronaldo in the back, "Deputy Chef."
Thank you, Ronaldo.
Oh God, that's gonna be stuck in my head all day.
Deputy Chef.
Deputy Chef.
I must go and finish my class. However, the frying pan is yours to wield.
Thank you, Chef. I will wield it. It's going to be weird using it as a weapon, but apparently it works. Thank you.
He bows to you.
And tell your students, when you take something out of the fry oil, instantly hit it with salt. Thank you later.
Zach is writing this down.
While it's still a little wet from the oil, so it adheres better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Flaky salt.
What if you double fry it though?
After the second fry.
Second fry. Okay.
You hear the man that you knocked unconscious start to groan.
I'm gonna go put my foot on his chest.
Thank you, Kai. And I'm gonna say to him if he's conscious.
Yeah, Fang will approach as well.
Yeah, what the actual frick, man?
And suddenly, a memory kind of triggers. You remember seeing this man eating in the cafetorium at the temple.
Where we put on the plays. You guys put on the plays at the monastery.
You've seen this man. He was a traveler. You've seen him eating at the cafetorium at the Temple of the Wandering Spirit. And he's like looking up at you. He's like, sorry?
Are you though? Because you tried.
That's a half-assed apology.
Yeah, you tried to stab me, fam.
There was a question mark at the end of that.
So you didn't see me stealing that scroll?
Donaar's gonna gasp, and he's gonna turn to Trax and say, "You know, I said Caesar salad earlier, but I think actually a kale salad might be better."
He's gonna lean in and say, "What do you want me to do?"
I mean, Kai's got his knife next to him, so I think we're fine. But like, this is what I was talking about earlier.
Do you want me to knock him out?
No, because we need to talk to him about the scroll. And he's gonna
knock him out. Yeah,
Fang's ears are like wiggling, and he's
okay.
He's
So Trax
just looking over with like weird suspicion.
Trax is gonna panic and just hit him with his pistol, like pistol whip him, the dude.
Roll to hit.
Try and knock him out.
This is the best day of my life.
18.
He had like 1 hit point. He's back unconscious.
That scoundrel. I think we need to question him more, right, Donaar?
Okay, dudes. Bring it in, team. Bring it in for just a second. Bring it in so that nobody hears. I didn't want to tell you because I was so freaking embarrassed by it, but I didn't actually. Kai, you're gonna love it. I didn't actually volunteer to leave the Temple of the Wandering Spirit. I was kicked out because my last night as the night watchman, someone came in and stole something super freaking valuable, and they said you're not allowed to come back until you find the valuable scroll that he freaking stole. And I think this is the guy. So. You heard me talk about responsibility. I'm trying to be responsible because I freaking cost the monastery so much money and knowledge, and now I think it's in our hands. Okay, so,
Okay, take a breath, Donaar, take a breath. Take a breath.
Okay.
Breathe in. Breathe in. He's right here. He's not going anywhere because he's unconscious.
Dude, they were so mad at me, though. Like, what, I'm never going to be able to face him again if he destroyed it or if he sold it to some, like, band of thugs.
Kai turns around and reaches down and, like, kind of rolls his arm into the guy's shirt and pulls him up and just says, Fang, get him back.
Should we do this somewhere else, though? Because they're, like, trying to have class.
Fang will usher Donaar toward the front door.
The entire time, Donaar, that you were telling that story, Ronaldo was playing a really minor key melody on the violin. He hasn't been bowing at all. It's always been pizzicato plucking.
Pizzicato. I bet that sounded great for our listeners. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, Fang. Yeah, you're right. I gotta get some air. All right.
Whatever happens tonight is exactly what is supposed to happen. We will just play the cards as they fall. All right. Let's go get some fresh air and put some snow on our face and just take a couple of breaths.
I'm gonna drag the guy out with us.
You see everyone, the entire crowd, just like open-mouthed, gaping as you walk out.
Donaar's going to address them and say, my friends, what you have seen today is only the culmination of what cannot be learned in books, but at the stove top. So if someone asks you where the tikka frying pan went, you just tell them, I don't know, he took it into the field. Maybe we should follow him. And Donaar's going to turn heel and walk out the front door.
The sound of 100 pencils hitting paper can be heard behind you as your wise words are written down.
Donaar doesn't hear that because he's still hyperventilating, but somehow he managed to stop to address the students. Okay.
Also, the entire
right,
time that was happening, I was just looking up at Ross, writing everything down as quickly as he could.
Oh yeah, breathe. You just gotta breathe. Yeah, it's fine. You just gotta breathe.
So you say that you were kicked out of the Temple of the Wandering Spirit. How was this your fault that this was stolen?
I with the whole time I was there because they saw that I wasn't taking the shit seriously at all. Like, yeah, I was the cook, but at night, so I could learn some responsibility, they also had me serve as the night watchman. That's the reason I got a great club in the first place. I was never super comfortable with it, but the last night I was there, I fell asleep on the watch, and this dude came in, or fuck, maybe he was already in the building, I don't even know, but he got past me without my knowing, and he stole the thing, and he wasn't there the next morning, which just kind of coincided with when you all were like, yeah, let's join Garrett and the dogs and go, and then we all got in that avalanche, you remember, in episode 1? So, it's my fault because I fell asleep and he got past me, and they said, don't come back, you've dishonored us, find the scroll and maybe you'll get our respect again.
Well then, it sounds like today is a good day, is it not? You are one step closer to regaining that honor.
Donaar's going to take a deep breath out and he's going to say, yeah, I think you're right. As long as he has it or knows where it is, we should be fine.
Fang looks at Kai and he says, have you checked his pockets?
I'll give him a quick little tap down with my other hand.
He has daggers, a short sword. He has 40 gold pieces. And he also has a letter that's crumpled up and is kind of stuffed in the bottom of one of his pouches. And it's got written in Elvish.
I'll throw it back to Trax.
He'll read it.
It says, come to East Haven. I have need of your services again. Signed, Dazan.
I'll relay that to everyone.
Dazan. Oh, if I'm remembering correct, I think Dazan's the freaking dude that just got murked by the fire.
That is
today.
correct, yes.
That is right, Donaar.
Indeed.
Okay, I just wanted to make, because sometimes I forget. All right, so
No, that's good. That's good to confirm, yes.
So are we saying that it is this gentleman that can bring us closer to Kai's resurgence into his own powers?
Perhaps.
yeah, it freaking might be.
We're going to find out.
We got to take him somewhere that's not like right in the open, though. If we're gonna question him, interrogate him, though.
Well, let's go get a room.
Yeah, or yeah, so go get a room. Yeah, all right.
You head to the White Lady, and on the way, Ronaldo tells you that the owner of this, of the White Lady Inn, is this stick in the mud named Bartleban. And if you just give him enough coin, he'll be happy enough to give you room, but don't count on him for anything else, though.
All right. Thank you, Ronaldo. Appreciate your intel.
Hey, thank you. I still have some juicy info to talk to you about after this, though. This has made my entire week. I swear, this has been so exciting. But I might need your help too.
All right, we'll follow that away.
Fang will approach him. We'll talk to him as they walk. He'll give Ronaldo 5 copper, and he'll say,
Mm-hmm.
"'Twas truly a pleasure to meet you, Ronaldo. I hope that this will cover your time and your services. And please sing our praises far and wide. If you don't mind, I think that we are going to deal with this in the party and kind of, it's kind of
of course. But
we will
so
meet you
let me
again.
tell you what I need. You sure? I can tell you what I need.
Just
right
tell
now,
us.
real quick.
It
Just tell us.
seems important, so please tell me what you need.
Well, tonight I want to perform a seance and summon the White Lady.
Oh, well, this is important. How do you plan on doing this?
We live in dark times, and I've always been able to sense things like floating around me and things that I can't quite see, but I can see in the corner of my eye. And I think that perhaps the White Lady, even though she is a menace and possibly has killed many, many, many adventurers who have walked out onto the ice, I think she might be able to help. I mean, these are dark times. Perhaps if we ask the White Lady what to do.
So let me get this straight.
She can
You
help
are
us.
intentionally calling a ghost to your location.
To ask her questions, yes.
Yeah, I'm out. No, thank you. You guys can do it. I'm good. I'm fine.
I am interested.
But come find me. I'll be by the fireplace, and I'll be prepping. I'll be thinking about everything I have to do and say, and I'll be waiting your answer. And I would love to have you help me, because I think you'd be able to find out some juicy information from her.
It is surely something that we will consider, and thank you for letting us know.
I'll see you back at the end. And he, playing a little happy tune, bounces
we're
back
all
to
heading the same direction. Like we're kind of like already said goodbye. It's like okay, okay, see ya.
We're heading that way.
Oh, we're going the same. Right. This
Yeah.
is crazy.
So you get back to the tavern, and to speed things along, do you get a room?
Yeah,
if we
I'll
can get one
get a
of those
room.
together. I think.
Yeah, common room, 1 silver for the night.
Yeah, I'll pay that.
Bartleban is a stick in the mud, by the way. He's just kind of like looking down his nose at you as he
What
writes
is
all
he?
of your names into the book, and it gives you the
Who
key.
is he? What's his
He
race?
is human. He is a older, balding, white mutton chops. Yeah, he's like, here's your key. Just make sure you return it
Thank
to the
you.
front.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
No fighting, he says as you go upstairs.
Well, wouldn't dream of it. Yeah, ever would we ever? Let's get him into this room, yo.
And you pull the unconscious man up the stairs.
I'm going to sit this sucker down in that chair.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, I don't want to presume, but I think maybe I would guess that you've got interrogation experience, just because you seem kind of scary. I've never done it. So what's my first step here? What do I do? We need him awake, right?
When I say, you punch him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll punch him. Yeah. Punching Donaar, always punching people. All right.
You never start with the face. It gets them all fuzzy. Don't start with the head and they cannot think straight. Saw that in a movie once.
A what?
What's a movie?
Something from Long Saddle. It's the whole thing. Don't worry about it.
Look, I've been tortured a lot, all right? My experience, the best point to hit him is in the kidneys.
Oh, okay. I'll hit this guy in the kidneys. All right. So I'm gonna grab him by his face, like around his mouth, and just kind of try to shake him awake.
Okay. He's been out for a while, so he kind of like blinks and oh shit, and he looks
Yeah.
around at all of you.
Oh shit. Yeah, oh shit.
Kai's gonna
Motherfucker.
cross his arms and walk right up to the chair, pick up his foot and lean it right in front of where his crotch is in the chair seat, and just
He
kind of
gulps.
kick a knee up in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's this about a scroll?
I'm not even going to have you make an intimidation check because he is intimidated.
Good.
He says, wait, didn't I see you around the temple? I stopped in at the Temple of the Wandering Spirit, and I was there, actually sent there by the mage Dazan. He hired me to find this particular scroll from your libraries. It had a red seal of Mistra pressed into the wax seal.
Yeah, it's exactly the freaking scroll that was reported missing when they kicked me out because you freaking stole it under my watch, you dick.
You were asleep, and I had a whole conversation with you about sourdough starters.
Oh, did you really?
That sounds
You
pretty
talk in your
accurate.
sleep. Yeah, you talk in your sleep.
Yeah, it sounds like but I'm still freaking mad.
If you look at my backpack, I've got a sourdough starter. His name's Albert.
Oh, I never named mine. I thought it would be weird.
He's
if I
not our
ate him.
friend, Donaar.
Donaar.
I'm
I
gonna
know, but
take
he's-
I'm gonna take my hands and knock the dude right on the tip of the nose.
Oh.
Focus
Dude,
up.
we don't want to do this to you, but like, I need that scroll if I can ever regain my honor, fam. So where is it?
I gave it to the magician.
Did he say what was in it?
I was told that if I tried to open it, I would be electrocuted.
Oh, it's
So I did not, and I handed it to Dazan.
Trax is going to activate his lightning gauntlet and say, if you don't tell us everything we need to know right now, you're going to be electrocuted here.
He says, he kind of starts breathing a little heavy. He's like, well, I received a magical message from him several days after I got the scroll for him. And I was told to meet him in East Haven. He had another job for me. I helped him, and he kind of looks at all of you, deal with some problems that he had.
You mean the previous adventuring group?
Yes. Unfortunately, when I went to go get my second payment, he had been caught. The town militia decided to execute him to prove an example. So I never got paid.
Do you know where his hideout was?
I don't think he had a hideout in East Haven. He was here trying to get some help, looking for something. That's all I know.
Do you know if he had a hideout somewhere else?
I know that he was working with other magicians.
Yes, it could be freaking anywhere, and they can make themselves disappear.
We have been told that
Like,
that the wizard was from Luskin. Have you ever been there? Met him there? Or has all of your business concluded here?
I'm from Luskin. I mean, haven't you heard me? My name is Andre the Fang. I'm pretty well known there. Kai, you've never heard of him.
Are you?
Andre the Fang.
I don't think we know who you are.
Fang shoots him a really big, toothy smile, and he says, well, we have that in common.
Can I electrocute him already?
No.
All right.
So, tell us, what purpose did you serve him that he could not do himself? Were you merely a burglar?
Getting the scroll, breaking and entering is my MO. But when he called me up to East Haven, I was to lure the adventurers that he was taking care of to a field south of town. And I believed he cast a fireball and a lightning bolt to pick up the stragglers. It wasn't very pretty.
So, East Haven has just executed a man responsible for multiple murders. You are complicit in these murders. There is nothing stopping us from allowing the law to have its way with you, and in my opinion, that would be justice. You have another choice.
And you freaking tried to stab me. Why'd you try to stab me, though?
Because you saw me. You saw me at the temple.
Yeah, well,
you could identify me. You must have been following me, but apparently you were dead asleep. Some watchman you are.
Hey, you can go fuck yourself, because I know that I was bad at that, and I'm a deputy now, motherfucker. So don't talk to me about responsibility. Okay.
Your other option is to help us in whatever we ask, to comply with our every demand.
I can do that if I can help me stay alive. Brought down low by a frying pan. Fuck you, Donaar. Is that your name, Donaar?
Yeah, you got it right 2 ways. But listen, if you travel with us and I cook for the group, I'm not gonna season your food. And if we eat steak, I'm gonna serve yours well done.
Oh.
I'm gonna overcook your pasta, so it's gonna turn into.
Don't add enough water to his rice, so it's a little crunchy.
Hard rice.
You don't oversalt anything he eats.
Yeah, no other seasoning.
Too
just
much
salt.
He's not coming with us.
No.
If you do not kill me, I know of one other bit of information that will save my life.
Donaar's gonna put the frying pan up to his face and say, "Tell us, you dick weasel."
Make a intimidation roll at advantage.
Yeah. Okay, and that is gonna be it's an 18.
I overheard Dazan talking to.
Oh fuck!
I know that he was talking to an albino tiefling named Avarice, and I believe
it's kind of a badass name.
That it is.
And I believe Avarice was from Caer Dineval, and that they were talking about Netherese artifacts. I have no idea what that means, but I know it began with an N. Netherese.
Netherese.
And what about these artifacts? Why is this relevant to us?
All I know is that I think that's what they were looking for. That's all I can think of. Magicians, they're looking for power.
We were looking for Dazan because we were under the impression that he could help our friend here. Do you know anyone of similar capabilities?
I lived in Luskan for a long time. I was born there. I know that the wizards of the Host Tower of the Arcane, you just do not fuck with any of them. They will burn you alive, flay the skin off your bones with a glance. I've stayed away from wizards. Dazan paid me well. I have enough gold. I guess you've got it now. Have enough gold to survive for quite a while.
Fang turns to the group and he says, "I'm finished."
Well, are we done with this guy?
Yeah,
Extracted the information I need.
Fine with me.
Then I'm gonna go kill him.
I'm never gonna cook for this guy.
What? You said you weren't going to kill me. I told you what I know.
I'm gonna grab him and start dragging him out.
Wait!
Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Is that the right choice, though? To kill this guy? Why not just hand him over to the local authorities?
Sure.
If you give me my belongings, you can keep the gold. I will leave East Haven. I will leave Icewind Dale. I will head south.
I want to insight check that for sure.
Either way, he's coming with me.
That's an 11.
He's wanting out of there.
I'm dragging him out.
Okay. You drag him down the stairs. You got to drag him outside in the hallway, down the stairs. You hear a bartled man say, "No fighting!"
Yeah, I know. Right. We would never. Kai, be cool, though.
Taking him straight outside.
Okay.
Is anybody following me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following. I'm right behind.
Zemu's there too.
I'm not.
Then I'm taking him and dashing.
Okay. You're slowed down because you're carrying him, but you're still faster than everybody else anyway. So
I'm gonna dash as well, just for the sake of it, which is an 80-foot dash.
Then I will triple dash for the 150.
Kai, where are you headed?
I'm headed toward where I was earlier.
Okay, he starts heading south. Do you follow him? And he starts he's
Fang
like
does not.
definitely, he's able to duck in between people and get ahead of you quite a ways.
Fang probably gets like 20 feet outside the white lady and then comes to a slow stop and puts his hand up and waves him off and turns around.
Zemu would try to follow, but knowing that he couldn't catch him with speed, he'd try to take his knowledge of the town and maybe try to guess where he might be and try to take shortcuts or something.
Make an investigation roll.
Fucking 2.
No, you actually think you had it figured out, but then you run into a large group of people who are having an argument, and you can't get around them, and you just see Kai go through the intersection ahead of you. Zemu, what do you do?
Oh, then I'll try to follow him, but if I lost him...
Make a tracking roll. Yeah, by the time you get through the intersection, he's disappeared.
Is that survival?
It is survival, yes.
19.
19. You can see him going south. Kai, do you do anything to hide your tracks or anything?
No, I'm just going to keep dashing until, like, they're completely out of sight.
Yeah, you can definitely get pretty far ahead of them.
Donaar's given up.
Donaar, are you staying with?
Well, if he notices Fang slowing down, he's going to slow down too. Leave it up to Zemu.
Okay. Zemu, you see him. You know which direction he went, but you don't see him. You keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep tracking him if I can.
Okay. Kai, what are you doing?
Kai, as he's running and dragging this guy along, is going to start talking.
Okay.
And he just says, if they ever see you again, I'll kill you.
Who's they? The East Haven? Who?
Them. My party. And as I drag him along, I'll say, until then, you work for me.
You got it. Anything.
I'm just going to keep running, like, almost completely out of town.
Keeping up with you, he's not quite as fast as you are, but he is kind of like not just fighting you the entire way. Zemu, make another tracking roll.
21.
21. There's this alleyway that he went through, and there's a gate at the end of it that's swinging open, and you think he went through there.
Cool. I don't necessarily want to catch up to him. My goal at this point is to get to where I can just have eyes on the pair of them.
Got it.
At any given point.
You know you're at the pretty far south end of town. Kai, you're close to the edge of town.
I'm going to just keep saying, you're to go hide out in Targos. You'll hear from me when I'm ready for you.
Where do you want me to stay? Just find a place?
Tell Scath you're with me. He's one of the Speaker's guards.
You got it.
Tell him to set you up.
You got it. Anything. Thank you. And you let him go, and he takes off running out of town, straight out of town.
And I say, wait. And I grab him by the arm.
Uh-huh.
And with my wimpy hand, I take my dagger and just slice his skin on his arm and just leave like a little splatter of blood.
Ugh. He like holds his arm.
And I just let it drip on the snow. And I say, go.
Make one last survival check, Zemu.
That's a 18.
18. You come through the alley, and it takes you a second. It's not quite as many people down here, but you see Kai standing there holding a dagger. You see a splot of red blood in the snow, but you also see a figure really, really far away running.
And it doesn't look like Kai's going to chase after him more.
Kai is not moving, I don't believe.
Mm-mm.
He's just watching.
Great. Then Zemu will get back to the party as fast as he can, hoping to beat Kai there.
Yeah, Kai's just leisurely walking back.
Yeah, Zemu, you make it back, and Kai hasn't made it back. You beat him back.
Zemu will relay what he saw, the man running, and that Kai did not kill the man like he said he would, so perhaps it is best to assume that Kai killed him, and we perhaps act as though he did until we know what Kai was doing.
Yeah, it's all so confusing.
I'm just going to ask him.
Or that. Just know that he did not kill that man.
It's all the same to me. I mean,
I am grateful that you relayed that information.
Good.
Zemu.
There is no difference to you between life and death.
well, I mean, he clearly deserved it.
Who's to say?
You know,
You? Kai?
I mean, the people that he got killed probably disagree with him getting away.
I think that I'm less concerned with the life of the man and more concerned with the soul of our friend. I'm grateful to know that he chose a lighter path, and Fang is content with that.
Exactly.
And Kai walks in.
Hey, how's it going?
Been better.
Did you kill that guy?
No, as it turns out, I'm not as good with the dagger in this shape. Got a cut off on him, but he got away.
I'm gonna insight check him.
Same.
Kai, make a persuasion or deception.
I'm not gonna make either because I'm telling it straight up like it is.
Well, mine was a 9, so
7.
That's exactly what happened. Unless you want me to, well, here, I'll roll just, I rolled a 14, so neither of you get it, but
Just to say it happened.
yeah.
Let us hope that he does not come back for more of Donaar's blood, or anyone else's. But if he does, I think that we could take him.
He got knocked out with a
Well,
frying pan,
yeah.
Speaking
What was
of,
that
and Fang turns his attention to Donaar and says, "We have not properly processed this. Is it Master Chef? Is this your title now?"
Donaar, this whole time, has just been looking down, like twirling the cast iron pan in one hand, and he's gonna look up and say, "Dude, I don't freaking know. Like, sometimes I make mistakes when I'm cooking. Master Chef seems like a lot, but if no one else could lift this thing, I'm starting to think so."
Donaar, the entire time you've been kind of contemplating this frying pan, you know that you can feel the culinary energies running through this device.
Yeah.
Basically it has the damage. I'm actually made a magic item
Nice.
in
Nice.
D&D Beyond. I think if you look up, I don't know if I made it public or not, but it's Tika's frying pan, Tika.
I was gonna make. I didn't want to ask about the spelling earlier. I was gonna
Yeah.
make a tikka masala
Mhm.
joke.
That's, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yum.
And Donar's gonna say, "Well, I figure the true
Did I say you need to attune to it?
You haven't said, but I assumed I would. I can do that over the next rest." Donar's going to say, well, the only way to truly test the metal of this metal is for me to cook something with it. But this place doesn't have the best kitchen, so that might have to wait.
That's disappointing. I was looking forward to the meal.
We will save it for the perfect moment.
Something that you will know when the timing is right.
I believe so. Thank you for everything, homies. I knew I could trust you with this. I didn't want to tell you about the scroll. He's going to kind of hang his head a little and say, I just felt so freaking ashamed because I knew that I wasn't responsible, but that I cost them so much. I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't know how that would change how you think of me.
We have all surely done things that we are not proud of. It is a journey for all of us, and there are peaks and there are valleys, but we are here together.
I understand the desire to regain one's honor, Donaar, and I will help you in your journey if you will help me in
I will
mine.
help freaking any one of you with anything that you need. In the meantime, I believe that we should drink and or smoke and or drink water if you're Zemu.
Oh, yes, let's please do that right now. It's been one day. It has been one hell of a day.
So what would you like to do? The night is yours.
Yeah, Fang will
think
call
we're gonna
over
drink
a
and
wait,
smoke
a
and
waiter
drink water.
and
Hell yeah.
go to the bar, whatever, grab a round for everybody.
Well, yeah, there's a bar downstairs. They don't have a lot of alcohol choices here. It's more of an actual inn. However,
Okay.
and they don't have a kitchen at all, so no food. You have to go somewhere else for food.
Well, hold on. Maybe if I swing by that culinary institute, now if they revere me as some kind of god for picking up this freaking cast iron, I could get some ingredients from them. Or maybe we just take the party there.
I'm sure they have all the tools that you will need.
Well, we could do that.
Oh, surely. Shall we do
Yes,
it?
let's.
Let's go.
He's gonna burst out the front door and say, "My home is, let's go to school."
You head down to 2 blocks back to the Institute, Culinary Institute, and the doors are all shut and curtains are drawn, and you see Chef John locking up for the night. And he's on the front stoop with a ring of keys in his hand. He's locking the door.
Oh, Donaar's going to say to the party, "Oh, I guess it makes sense if it's a school that they would shut down for the night." So we don't have.
And he kind of looks at it's like, hears your voice and says, "Chef Donaar."
Yes, hello, chef. We were just heading back this way to see if we could maybe have a little celebration here at the institute, but I don't want to make you open back up just for us. So
all of the stoves are cold right now. I'm so sorry.
Understood.
We've cleaned. Everything's clean, sparkling clean, the way I like it.
You got to clean up your station. If you don't clean up your station, what are you doing?
Perhaps you can help.
Oh yeah.
The food stores are running low around here, and it looks like if I don't get more supplies in the next 10 days, I'm going to have to shut down.
Oh no.
I'm going to be out of food. I mean, I can serve fish. We can learn stews, but even the fishermen aren't able to catch enough fish to feed the whole town.
So what are you saying?
Well, we can get on that, right? We can.
I've heard a tall tale about this beautiful woman who came through town during the first months of the Rime, and it was her and her 2 sisters, and she had this giant cauldron, and she fed. It's just before the effects of never-ending winter actually affected our food stores. They were just handing out stew was like magically appearing in this giant cauldron. It looks like they were just feeding everyone, had a huge party. Then they left town that night, and they were never heard of or seen from again. This cauldron, this magic cauldron, they fed 500 people that day.
Huh.
All they did was pour water into it.
That's the magic of food, you know. Maybe
It is the magic of food.
If this tall tale turns out to be like a medium-sized tale, and it's true, that would solve the whole town's problem there and then.
If you could just be on the lookout. I mean, adventurers get around. You have your ear to the ground as far as culinary things go.
I do know which mushrooms are in season and fashionable to use.
Word of this cauldron must be getting around somewhere. Hopefully, maybe we can discover where it is and bring it back to East Haven.
If we happen to see it in our travels, we will do our best to get it back to you, to restore the nourishment of this fair town. I will deputize it.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
Well, come to my house. I'll feed you. Come on.
Are you sure?
I will
we
take
were gonna
it.
have
Thank you.
like a rager. I don't know. We were gonna like get fucked up.
I'm a chef. I do imbibe from time to time.
Yeah, you do. This guy knows. All right, yeah, let's do it, folks. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
He takes you to a house a few blocks away, lets you inside.
Fang would love to on the way just say, I know that we are in a place to rage, so to speak, but I just want to remind everyone that Ronaldo may be expecting us for a seance tonight. We did not obligate ourselves.
Oh, it's true.
But if everyone wants to get a little lit, so to speak, then then
Twilight.
of course, just that is on the potential schedule.
It's on the menu.
Look, I'm not particularly excited to see another ghost, so I think I might need a little liquid courage because I'm not going to ruin this opportunity to participate in a seance, but I'd rather not be fully sober.
We'll make the drinks good and tasty instead of
I
super
don't care
fit.
what you
How
do.
about that?
I am not here to judge. I am simply here to relax.
That sounds perfect.
Chef Kurlana has a large and well-stocked liquor cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
He pulls out and starts cooking this 4-course meal. It takes about a good hour and a half to cook it. He lets you all just have the run of the place, and then he feeds you one of the most delicious meals you've ever had.
Oh,
And Donaar, you just watch in just an amazement as he's doing all these techniques you've never seen before.
wow. Those are techniques I've never seen before. That's the sort of thing that has to be taught rather than just like kind of picked up in life.
It's a mix.
And you eat, you have good times, you get as drunk or as tipsy as you'd like.
Kai drinks water all night.
Trax gets a little more drunk than he wants.
Fang actually, he leans over to Donaar and he says, "Would you teach me how to use the pipe? I don't imbibe much, but I would love to take some of the dank. I don't believe I have indulged in the campaign thus far."
Oh, he's doing the dank. Here he goes.
No, yeah, I think you did when like we were.
Yes, well,
before
that
the
was a very
avalanche,
different
you know?
Fang back then. I think.
That was.
Oh, I think that it will bring me a new kind of transcendence in my new state as well.
Oh yeah. So Donaar will pull out the white and purple water pipe and show him how to imbibe and share the dank with anyone in the vicinity who is interested.
Zemu is going to say, Donaar, well, I still do not approve of the effects of alcohol. I have grown curious about this herb you tote around.
Zemu?
It is natural.
Totally.
Of this earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it has healing properties.
It's from a plant, man. It's from a plant.
Zemu, are you about to smoke down?
Perhaps I may.
Chef Carlana says, "Well, isn't fermentation a natural process as well?"
It certainly is.
It is more of a thing it does to people that I am not fond of.
Understood.
What he's worried about.
He looks at Trax.
Zemu thinks that his body is a temple.
I'm having a blast. My body's fucking
Keep the temple clean. This is what my father always told me. Fang's vibing in the corner.
No.
Zemu, don't worry. I'll take care of it. All you have to do is don't let it get in your throat. But just you know, here's what's gonna happen. And Donaar's gonna help him smoke the pipe.
Excellent.
A milestone.
Donaar, as you're helping him smoke the pipe, you look at him, and right on the tip of his nose, like some of the red has come off, and you see a bit of green underneath.
Zemu,
It's gray.
Gray, sorry.
Yeah.
Zemu, I don't mean to make you feel self-conscious. I don't know about the aging process of turtles. Maybe this is totally natural, but there's a little bit of red missing from your old snout there.
I have noticed this. For now, I think if you could keep that to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Donaar.
You know,
A secret between friends. As he takes another hit of the pipe.
Donaar's going to look around the room, and he's going to say, "You know what? I'm good at keeping secrets, so I will keep this for you as long as you smoke down with me when you are comfortable."
I appreciate that, friend. This is very interesting.
Just wait. It hasn't hit you yet. It's been like 17 seconds. It'll hit you.
Kai's gonna quietly keep track of how lit everyone is.
Okay.
Donaar's getting responsibly lit. He's making drinks since Chef John is providing the menu. He's making if John has the ingredients, blackberry mojitos for the room.
He does.
Okay, so he's gonna make some.
The blackberries are canned. They've been like jarred, but because keep fresh. But
Gotcha. Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Zemu is also kind of trusting Donaar to not let him get super blitzed.
Yeah, we're not.
Hopefully,
we're not getting
I mean,
How's that tolerance?
yeah.
He's just gonna have him take a couple of pulls. We'll say. Leave it at 2.
Fang is in a chair, just like by the table. He's got his eyes shut, and he's just kind of like, his shoulders are just kind of bopping, like he's got a song in his head, and he's kind of drumming on his legs, but his eyes are shut, and he's kind of just like mumbling to himself, like he's not gonna share what he's doing. He's like in kind of like a prayer, but he's like having fun with it. He's like conferring with Foltus, but not in this solemn way. He's finding new joy in this.
Zemu's gonna sit on the ground and do his own little meditation.
Donaar is going to bring a mojito to Trax and say, blackberry and mint, the berries have antioxidants, which are good for the health, and mint has cooling, nice, soothing properties, you know? So I figured you would like this drink on this day.
No, I think I will.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Very good.
And thank you.
Yeah.
For today.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's all good.
It's great.
Donaar's trying to be cool, and in doing so, he's totally changed his demeanor.
You're being weird. You're making it weird now.
But did you hear what I said earlier about spinach though? I just want to say spinach salad. You know.
Spinach? What?
It's just we ascribed spinach to something specific earlier.
I vaguely remember.
Right, we'll just freaking drop it. We're among friends, all right? Yeah, we're having a party. We're having a good time. And Donaar's going to start vibing on his own because he's been taking care of people, but he's got to take care of himself.
As Zemu's vibing on the ground, his eyes are still closed, and he's like pretty zen, and he's just kind of out loud, but almost to himself, just says, "The time for Zemu has passed. I have chosen Shiv for the new name."
Shiv? That's new and cool. Where did it come from, Zemu?
It's Shiv now.
The tank.
Shiv.
It came from Donaar's tank. I can't say it, but it came from Donaar's tank.
Donaar's dank has provided a lot of people a lot of pleasure over the years. We'll leave it at that.
Dinner has come to a close, and Chef Carlana has doing this kind of like sitting, enjoying company. He does not partake of the dank, but it's getting late, and he's just kind of like sitting there like a host would be to his guests, but still just kind of waiting for everything to peter out. And
Fang is usually aware of those things. Like usually is like Mr. Etiquette and doesn't want to overstay and wants to be polite, but like just isn't paying attention to the time, just really enjoying himself. Not like super high, just chilling.
Donaar can be the responsible one here and notice that since he hasn't gotten too faded, and he'll say, "Oh well, Chef, I didn't want to overstay a welcome, but we do have other business for the night. Thank you for the meal. Those snow peas were excellently prepared. And thank you for the use of your liquor cabinet. I will cook a meal for you anytime."
I would enjoy that. Thank you, Chef.
All right, homies, let's go ahead and go out and Trax. Maybe if you could also have a little spinach salad before we go, right? You know, just to make sure that everything is okay, right? A little spinach. Just because if you don't have a spinach salad, then things could get dangerous, you know.
What are you talking about?
Donaar's gonna go up, and he's never helped Trax with his halfling disguise, but he's gonna go up and try to like and rustle it out and like pull cords and things. Disguise so you don't look like what you are supposed to. Not supposed to. The halfling disguise that you normally have, but haven't done for a while. You know.
I don't remember which lever.
Okay, well, I'll start pulling them so you don't look like yourself. I mean, so you don't. So the people don't see that you're as a kobold. You know. So Donaar is just gonna start pulling cords. And
Kai's gonna
make
Go ahead.
Make an investigation check to see if you can operate it.
Kai's gonna raise an eyebrow really high and kind of look back to Trax.
Donaar does not notice the eyebrow, but he does roll a 12 investigation.
You get one side of the disguise over his face, but he's still got
windshield wipers.
This one's actually kind of shivering, like.
It's not.
All right, so yeah, that kind of works. Maybe you just face your left side away from every single person we see when we're out in the street.
What is the importance of we have that hasn't been an issue for a while, right? Fang's still kind of vibing.
It hasn't been an issue for a while, but also Trax here hasn't done it in a few days, and I would hate for something bad to happen to Trax if he forgot to do the disguise, because you never know who's gonna or what might happen to him in
Fang
town
is like slowly nodding,
this,
and like his
right?
nodding is like yeah, okay, and then he turns to Trax and he says, that's a good idea. Just in case anything dangerous comes, you better put that on. Put your disguise on. Put on that spinach on your face.
Okay.
We're all probably showing our faces a little bit too much in the 10 towns.
Do you think so?
Every town we go to now has heard of our wake, so you start to develop a reputation. You start to develop a target on your back.
Exactly, this is why Trax here needs to have his disguise on,
Oh, because they might be looking for me.
Yes. For us.
Maybe.
For all of us.
For you too. For me in particular.
Hey, yeah, because you're the kobold that everyone's making jokes about. You're making jokes to other people.
Very ugly. You're hideous.
Well, I'm not ugly. I'm not.
Trax, yeah. Let's just get your disguise on, buddy, and let's go ahead and go out. All right.
Okay. And pull it, and it like doesn't close correctly. It's like his like lizard face is still poking out. Ta-da!
Trax, maybe it's better if you don't see this ghost, when you're sober, because I know you were afraid before. All right, so team.
The kobold horns are sticking out of the hood now.
Well, let's just get him to bed quick, yeah?
Yeah. I'll do the seance and get him to bed. And Trax, in the meantime, why don't you wear my chef hat, right? Because your horns.
Okay,
horns
thank
are,
you.
So Donaar's gonna take his chef hat off and put him on.
A little chef.
Yeah,
I'm a
you're
little chef.
the tiny chef. All right, homies, let's go ahead and go and do this seance so we can get Trax here to bed, right?
Yeah.
Zemu, how you doing?
I feel great.
His name is Shiv now.
Shiv.
This is Shiv.
So you head back to the White Lady Inn?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna head back to the White Lady. Donaar is stressed and leading the party like the mama hen, because he's
Trax, make a Constitution saving throw.
So it's 15 because I rolled
15.
Constitution.
You're still awake. You're really drunk, but you're still awake.
I'm still awake, you guys.
Yeah, you are, bud. And Donaar's gonna pick him up and put him on his back.
Thank you. That's right. You said you would carry me more.
Yeah, because I keep forgetting. Right, that's the reason I said that. Yeah, let's go do a seance.
So you get back to the inn, and Ronaldo is there entertaining several people. It's late and probably close to midnight, which is the witching hour. So Ronaldo sees you all come in, and he's like, "I've got everything prepared. Are you ready?
Let's do it."
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not in the best state right now.
Are you expecting any danger when you summon the White Lady?
As long as you all are sincere with your beliefs and sincere that this can actually work, we should be able to ask the White Lady anything.
All right, let's do it.
Donar's got the energy of like a dad on vacation. Like, yeah, all right, it's gonna be fun. We're all gonna try it. All right, we're gonna get in the van and
Dad
sing
on
show
vacation.
tunes. All right,
That's the perfect.
That's a great description.
because he's a little nervous and he's letting that show.
Donaar is vacation dad with like the shirt is actually like a beer like with foam. He's got like sandals on.
Normally he's like uncle on vacation.
Yes, drunkle.
But he's got kids now.
Who's in dad mode?
He takes you to downstairs into the basement of the White Lady Inn. You walk down. Trax, what are you doing? Are you going with?
Yeah.
Smoke from burning incense is clouding the room. Multicolored lamps and silks are hung from the rafters, and light from several candles illuminates a circle of uncomfortable-looking guests sitting cross-legged on the floor. Ronaldo, who's wearing this weird kind of multicolored robe, raises his hands, closes his eyes, and intones, "Lady who watches from the lake, come to us. In our darkest hour, tell us what you've seen." And after a moment of silence, thick frost forms on the inside of the room's windows. turning them opaque, and the candles go out one by one. The room is shrouded in darkness. And that's where we're going to stop for the evening.
Whoa.
That's so spooky.
Perfect place to stop. That's
Wow.
And my name is Ron Murphy. I've been your Dungeon Master for the evening. You can find me on Twitter at Ron88keysRBDM. Please subscribe and leave us a review on Podchaser or Apple Podcasts. Share us with all your friends. Follow us on Twitter at Severed Sons DND. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, D&D Beyond, Roll20, and thank you to Syrinscape, Andrei Sitkoff, and to Monument Studios for the amazing sound effects and music. Stay frosty.